Hello and welcome to the Embrace the Mud podcast. Today is day 27 of the Love Boost Challenge. We're officially in the final 3 days, and our challenge for today is based around the truth that love is not enough in relationships, and we need something more in order to hold a relationship together for the long haul, and that thing is purpose. So how do we establish purpose in our relationships, and why is this important? That's what we're going to be talking about today, so let's dive in. You are listening to the Embrace the Mud podcast, where we discuss all things related to healthy, joyful, and life-giving relationships. Why focus on relationships? Because the quality of our intimate partnerships and close connections influences our health, happiness, and longevity more than anything else in our lives. Relationships matter a lot. So together, let's jump into the mud, aka our messy relationships, pull some weeds, plant some seeds, and create an enriching environment where strong relationships can take root. I am your grateful host, Dara Posner. I am a relational disaster working toward relational mastery. I am also a positive psychology coach, a relational mindset coach, a blogger, and now a podcaster. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Embrace the Mud podcast, where we discuss all things related to healthy, joyful, life-giving relationships. If you are a fan of this podcast, please subscribe, follow, like, review, and share. Your engagement in this way is crucial to the success of the podcast, and I appreciate you taking just a few seconds to support my mission, which is to help people like you flourish in life and love. So today's challenge is all about getting clear on what our purpose is when it comes to our relationships. Now, for some of you, this may seem like a very strange and unusual idea for relationships. And it's because, when we think about purpose, we often think about individual purpose, right? Like, what is my purpose in life? What am I here for? What am I here to do on this planet while I'm alive? That's something that we commonly talk about, right? But when it comes to relationships, rarely do we talk or think about what are we doing here? What is the purpose of this unit, right? So if you're currently in a relationship, thinking about what is the reason we exist as a couple? What is our why? And even preceding that, before we're ever in a relationship, where it really should begin, if we want to, create the best possible outcome in terms of a shared purpose, is to begin before you meet your partner and to ask yourself. So this is for you single people. Your challenge is to ask yourself today, why do I want to be in a relationship? What purpose does a romantic partnership serve in my life, right? And then when you go out into the dating world and you're meeting people, you can communicate what your purpose is and hopefully find someone who is looking for a relationship for the same reasons. That might be, to build a family. That's a wonderful purpose. It might be to change the world somehow, right? You come together around a shared purpose that has to do with the type of mission that maybe you embark on together. It could be about building wealth. It could be about anything. There's no right or wrong, but it is about trying to decide first for yourself, why do I want to be in a relationship? And then going into a relationship and continuing the conversation about what is our why. So that's the challenge for those of you who are already in relationship. Maybe you've never done that. Few couples have, to sit down together and to say, what are we doing here, really? Like, what is it that we are trying to create together? What is the deeper why, other than the fact that we love each other? Because as the title of this podcast episode states, love is not enough. I'm sure you've seen many couples, as have I, disintegrate when they have decided that the love is no longer there. And feelings of love ebb and flow in a long-term relationship, right? If we're trying to base our relationship on a feeling, it's doomed to fail, because feelings are fickle. Feelings change. And love can deepen over time, but it is not this continual process. And love changes. It doesn't always feel the same. And so if we're really hooked on this idea that we're going to, feel a certain type of way throughout the course of the relationship, and if we don't, it means that the relationship is over. It will be, right? Because that's just not enough, and it's not a feasible or realistic expectation to have in a relationship. So you need a deeper purpose, something to really ground you into the commitment that you have to each other and to whatever it is that is bigger than the relationship, that is outside of yourselves, that you're trying to create and cultivate together as a unit. So again, in order to do this, you need to ask some pertinent questions, right? For you single folks, it's really just sitting down with yourself and asking, why do I want to be in a relationship? And if I were to begin to imagine a purpose that I would like to share with a partner, what would that be? And for you couples out there, those of you who are coupled, sitting down with your partner and asking those questions about, what are we doing here? What do we stand for? A really great way to begin to look at what you both value and what you can, sort of see as the core of your purpose is, if someone looking out were to observe your relationship and the life that you share and have built together, what would be clear to them that really truly matters to you, that is important to you as a couple or as a family, if you have a family? And beginning with those shared values, looking at those and saying, what is this an indication of in terms of purpose? And really trying to get to a place where you have clarity about what your shared purpose as a couple is. All right, so that is what I have for you today. I hope that you will embrace this opportunity to ask these important questions, because believe me, they will strengthen your bond and they will deepen your commitment, and they will give you solid ground to stand on in those times in your relationship when, you do go through some difficult seasons, or, feelings start to shift and change, because they will. That's just part of being human and in a long-term relationship with another human. So purpose is powerful, and I really, really invite you to make this a stronghold in your relationship. All right, well, I will be back here tomorrow with day 28 of the Love Boost Challenge. In the meantime, I hope that you will enjoy today's challenge, and also keep in mind that you are wired for love and connection, and that you are capable of love and connection, and you are worthy of love and connection. I'll see you soon.